I got my start playing Kid Trunks on Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah!
I was in college still, and I was doing a show in Dallas, and a guy by the name of Kent Williams, he played Dr. Chiro on Dragon Ball Z. He liked my performance in the show and asked if I would come and audition, so I did. And originally I got cast to play Kid Dende, who was already cast, and the woman who played that little boy was in Mexico, and they couldn't get a hold of her. And so they asked me to voice act, and so I did. And I recorded a few episodes, and then a few weeks went by, and I didn't hear anything. And then I got a phone call from Chris Abbott saying,
Yeah!
saying I need to do my job. We found a woman that played Dende, so she came in and recorded all your stuff again.
Oh.
I was devastated, and she said, "But we like you so much." I came in and left for Patreon, and that's when I got started.
Now, back in the days before your fanfare, what did you do prior to voice acting?
I didn't do much prior to voice acting. I got my start in college, so I was still in school. I worked as a clerk at Store of Knowledge. I wore an apron.
Ow!
You still have the apron?
I don't have to go back when I quit.
So, did you ever think you didn't have to be so popular?
Oh, funny. No. When you're wanting to become an actor, you have little dreams about hopefully I'll be able to support myself even just from acting and be able to be here in front of you guys is just amazing.
Now, when you first got started, most actors are not usually able to support themselves from the get-go. Many actors starve. The starving actors home. So, at which point did you find that you were able to start sustaining yourself based on your acting talent?
Oh, wow. Well, besides voice acting, I also do film and television and commercials and stuff like that. So, I've got added income from that to support myself. I guess a few years ago is when I really started yoga, and I'll have to ask my parents.
Now, you said your first project was on DVD. About when was that? What year?
Oh gosh, is that 99?
99.
99, 2000, something like that?
Okay.
2000. Yes.
Okay. And I'm going to transition to something we talked about a little earlier, because this is not your first time at Expo.
It's not, apparently.
But she doesn't remember it.
I was here a few years ago with Funimation promoting Blue Gender.
Which you saw, actually.
Yeah.
That was after Dragon Ball Z. Blue Gender was the first property that Funimation got that wasn't Dragon Ball Z. So it was a whole new process for us because Dragon Ball Z was recorded a very specific way. We're all like moving around during recording. It was just kind of a loose show, which I'm sure you guys can attest to. And so when we started recording Blue Gender, it was all, well, it was supposed to be very serious and we could take our time with it, but Christopher Sabat was the director of it, so we had all the actors rolling on the floor of the booth laughing the whole time.
And so then, let's see, you worked on Blue Gender, what, 2001, 2002? Well, I'm going by when we had that convention. And so, let's see, what was the next project you worked on?
The next thing I worked on was the Yu Haka show. And I played Keiko, the girlfriend. It's a horrible fashion sense. Come on. Poor girl.
So what do you remember most about that show?
Well, I didn't do much recording on the side of the show, and seeing the token girlfriend, I didn't do much of that. Other than slapping across the face of the man. I remember from that show, that was the first time that I asked to bring the show home and watch it. I remember while I was recording, I was watching everything that was going on. I'm like, this is really funny. What is this? And so Justin lent me 1 through episode 26 or something of the English dub. And I brought it home and just marathon watched it. I just sat on my TV cracking up.
Now, when you get captured for a show, are you actually allowed to take any of the content home and pre-screen it and watch
allowed to ask to rent the Japanese, the original Japanese, and bring it home and watch it and get a feel for what the show is, which is what I did with a lot of the shows. After that, when I got cast as the lead, I asked to take it home.
So do you try and go with something, a bit of your own flavor in your performances, or do you try and take an element from the original Japanese performance?
I think it's a little bit of both. I mean, every character you do, you want to bring your own personality to it, just a little bit. But you don't ever want to steer too far away from what they did in the original, because, I mean, there was a reason it became successful, you know? Like, doing Fruit Basket.
Yeah! Yeah!
Well, I think that, I mean, she was just so innocent and perfect, and I know a lot of her formality had to be lost in the original, in our translation, because we don't have all the dialogue, the words for that, but you have to make up for that in her tone and her inflections, and I think we did a good job with it.
Now, which show do you feel?
Yeah! Ow!
So, which show do you feel has cemented your popularity?
I would probably say Fruit Basket.
Yeah!
Funny is that you had no idea when we started recording that. Least of all, me, that it would become so popular. And the fact that, you know, there are so many shows around and videos and whatnot, and it's never been on television, which I think is amazing that you can buy, you know, the banners and stuff in Suncoast, and it hasn't been on television. It's one of the few shows that was like that.
No, I don't want to. I keep hearing rumors that Funimation wants to do a sequel, although can you add anything to you?
I know that Funimation is very interested in getting a second season made.
Yeah!
I mean, obviously, we don't have very much control over that being, you know, American. But they did, at Funimation, and you can have, Lance Haskell is
brand manager.
And he was in charge of it for a while. They were asking everybody that could to come to Funimation so they could make a paper frame. Because the Japanese legend is you make 1,000 paper frames, your wish comes true. So they made 1,000 and sent them off to Japan. But the funny thing is that we asked for 1,000 and we ended up getting 10,000 frames.
Damn!
It's insane to the amount of fans that were supportive of it. That's pretty crazy.
So now I want to go ahead and talk about your very acting style, actually. Now, I apologize. I started the intro while we were on the way over here. But we'll show it again at the end, just so you have an opportunity to see it. Well, one thing I tried to spotlight in that intro was that you had a very different acting style. I mean, you got Lust from Full Metal Alchemist.
Yeah! Ow!
And then
Yes.
you got Kombucha, which is just you're on a little crack.
Yeah!
And then you got Kitty Gray.
Yeah!
Elements you mixed into SMA and mixed in with that.
Yeah, that's also the very close voice to Marlene that was on Contender. And, yeah, that was one of the first, like, villains I'd ever done. So, cold.
So how do you get yourself prepared for these various roles?
Well, I worked as a phone sex operator for
Yeah!